Well, I graduated in 1937. Actually, they moved the grammar school across Park Avenue, and so they made a high school out of the grammar school because of the auditorium, I guess, was the main feature. Then they dug out a football field, and Coach Red Geyer was the first coach. And I played on his first championship football team in '36. But it was just wonderful growing up here. Just can't beat it. And I have so many, well, all my main memories are here in Laguna, and the big, I grew up in the best time ever in the big band era, all the great big bands.
Class of '57.
She was a twin.
I came here from Indiana, and when I was a freshman in high school, I had an identical twin sister that we fooled people all the time, traded classes until they told us it would be cheating. But we never did each other's work. We were sure that we weren't doing each other's work because we each thought we were smarter than the other.
The most influential person in my life was Joan Lee Wohler, as she was for so many in school. She was the drama teacher, and she had such an effect. And I'm in theater. I've been in theater my whole life because of her. I wouldn't be living the life I'm living without Joan Lee Wohler.
When I was 5 and my sister was 3, we drove from Memphis for a 2-week vacation in Southern California. And some of the roads were still made out of wood at that time. And so we came here to Laguna, and they liked us so well they stayed. So it was such a wise decision. And he would build a little house up in the hills above Laguna. We'd live in it for a little while. I remember my mom let us make curtains by drawing on the sheets with crayons, and then she would iron them in. It was cool. But anyway, they would come home from drawing lessons with these great big tablets full of naked people.
I was the commissioner of tickets, I want you to know. So I sold tickets at all the sporting events. So that was my athletic prowess.
GAA president one year.
Oh, see, we had.
And a swimmer.
I was a majorette, and I did the yearbook.
We were majorettes together.
Yes. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I was part of the group that painted the senior bench. The president, then what's his name, Dave Myers, took us to his house, and they put popcorn in our hair and ketchup and cut our nails, and we got in big trouble. I mean, those were the days. They don't do things like that anymore.
Well, we did a lot of partying, did a lot of surfing. I'm old 38 Woody with my surfboard. That was the big deal. Worked at the bakery, cleaned pots and pans. Worked for Pat's mom.
Trotter's Bakery.
Good old Trotter's Bakery.
Trotter's Bakery.
Yeah.
On Forest Avenue. Yeah. It's not there anymore. And then 50 years later, he caught me and married me.
I graduated in 1970, so I went to Laguna Beach High School during the 1960s, and I think I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I think we were so high back there we couldn't remember this.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty intense those days, you know.
Yeah, growing up in this town. And what was I saying about that?
My brother stole the school bus out of the school bus barn when it was a barn. My older brother.
My first car in '75. I think I was driving a VW van then. Probably one of the best cars I ever had. Yeah, that was fun.
I bought a Comet.
A lot of Mexico trips in that VW van.
Yeah, I got a Comet for $100 in Hawaii, and then I sold it to Doug Brown, and I think he drove it off a cliff.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Class of 1977.
Yeah.
And the proud son of mother of class of 55 and father of class of 53, Art Hilario and Peggy Hilario, who is my mom's 55th class reunion tonight, as a matter of fact, here in town. And enjoying still being in town, and growing up in Laguna was the time of our lives.
You know, my best memory of 1988 is Mr. Mike Roach, my most, like the best English teacher ever, would hold class down at Main Beach Lifeguard Station on the 3rd trimester of the year, and he was like the tops, the biggest, like the greatest guy. He was the man who influenced me into writing and being creative. He was the best man. man.
Playing football at Laguna High School with the guys we grew up with, you know, guys like Burr Smith and Clarence Oliver and Danny Michaels, and there's just a ton of them to talk about and how much fun we had at the games and playing in the games. And fortunately, we happened to be halfway good at those days and stuff. So it was all fun and games and horsing around, having a good time. And
Class of '63 was awesome. We were a good class. We were the best.
What was great about '58, it was my senior year, my friend. You should ask somebody else and they'll tell you what was great about it. Here it is right here.
Any fun stories, memories, good
I have some stories, but they're very lengthy. Yeah.
How about your first car?
It was also a '54. I bought it from Mike.
Is that for real?
No, but it's a good story.
Diamond Dave to Pete.
Well, my car's over
to Diamond Dave's brother, who was an actor, famous Hollywood actor.
51. Represent 51. What was the high school like back then?
Well, it was great. Obviously, a heck of a lot smaller, and yeah, we had great football teams, and well, all our sports teams were good.
The old swimming pool had the wood swim blocks, and if you didn't have somebody sitting on that wood swim block, like a backstroker, and when they started, the whole swimming block would fall out into the water on them. So somebody always had to sit on the lower step of the swim block to hold it down when they were using that for a takeoff in the swim meets.
I was the class treasurer, and I remember we took all the money from the treasury and we rented the Stuffed Shirt, which was a really fancy restaurant up in Newport, and blew the whole wad on a party up there.
What was the graduating class?
51 here.
Okay.
She won't admit it. She won't admit hers.
He was my very first boyfriend in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
Your names?
Phil Jones.
And I was Patty Pepper.
Yeah.
And now Patty Pepper's
Patty Pepper, that was her stage name.
Yes, yes. He's actually in the movies.
Well, not very much.
So I just bask in his glow. Once a year, we did beach parties. The boys would go diving for abalone, and the girls would cook abalone chowder, and we'd have these wonderful beach parties with a bonfire on the beach. And,
And they were plentiful, both the abalones and the girls.
I was such a good girl. I was such a good girl. I never got in trouble. We had a really good class, and I'm still really close with a lot of people here in town. It's really cool because a lot of people married each other and have kids together. Marcus Skandarian, he's a realtor here in town, married Tammy. So we're just still a really close-knit group of people, My friends that I went to high school with, I grew up here. My family moved here when I was in first grade, and we lived in Three Arch Bay my whole life growing up. So I see some of my friends I grew up with over there from Three Arch checking people in.
Wendy Potter, I am president of the Laguna Beach Alumni Association, and I graduated in 1978. And I'm just so excited for this and our new year and new beginnings with our new launching of our new website, LagunaBeachAlumni.com. And I would like to thank Gnarly Q Didi Westgard Pike, our vice president. 78 rocks. And as you can tell from this picnic that this is really what makes the Alumni Association and Laguna so special, is that you have these friends for life, and there's a bonding and there's a connection, and the stories and the people that's been going on for 50, 60, 70 years, and we're very blessed and very lucky.